If you had met me around 3 years ago, back when I was still a little bit depressed, I was anxious, I was just not confident at all, you would see a completely different person. And to say that I always had the same expression on my face would be a complete understatement. For most of my life, I used to wear this like blank expression on my face. So, like, no emotion, no reactions, nothing. And this was heavily because of my surroundings. As the years eventually went on, and I finally went out of my hometown into this new city school that I really love right now, and I started to get back into my authentic self and being who I actually like to be in the first place, I found out that my surroundings in my hometown heavily influenced me whilst I was growing up, as it with any of us. But for me, it was on a whole another level that I'm grateful for today, because without it, I wouldn't be motivated to be making videos like these. I won't go that deep into the subject, but basically, you had, for example, my teachers who basically mm, destroyed my passion for learning for like a whole decade. You had my male classmates with whom I would usually talk about any kind of garbage like video games. They would usually just lash out, and I wouldn't even understand their reactions years down the line why they did it. So basically, like, it was like walking on a minefield. Basically, like, one wrong step, you're doomed. And you don't know, you have no idea where the mines are. And I just didn't know what to expect. I had no idea how to react, how to get rid of these negative cycles that were constantly haunting me on a day to day basis. I didn't know how to escape the education system, like the negative cycle that was happening there. Basically, like, I would study and I would still fail because there would be this one bullshit exercise that we were doing like a couple of weeks ago that I completely forgot about that was on the test, and everyone knew about it, so they got it right. And of course, then the teacher, the I don't want to say what, came up to me and yelled at me for like 10 minutes straight because I didn't got it right. Then that would trigger a subconscious reaction inside of my classmates' mind who then make fun of me because the higher ups were making fun of me also. They were picking on me, they were making fun of me, they were calling me any kinds of names. But I didn't want to indulge any further because if I had named them with any kind of nickname, oh boy, they would be 100 times worse. So I just stayed out of it, and I kept on taking the pain, like a dumbass. Yeah, sure, it wasn't the most intelligent thing that I could have done at that time, but it was sufficient enough, and I have now learned from those hard times, and I am way better off than I was back then. But this defensive behavior triggered this response in my head that would command me for like the next decade. You see, I would basically close myself off to the outside world. I didn't want to cause any effort, I didn't want to cause any influence in the outside world. So I just completely put on a blank face expression that stuck with me for a long time. And over time, this blank face became a normal thing for me, and I subconsciously started to put it on since I woke up. Basically, like a straight line for my mouth and two straight vertical lines for my eyes. That was it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just basically an okay face. Not bad, but not good also. It wasn't shining any negative energy, but not any positive energy also. Yeah, sure. I was still that guy who liked to help other people. But yeah, I just didn't want to influence the outside world because at school, everyone would find a way to destroy me once again, to destroy my good mood, to put me into the same wavelength as them, to put me on the same degenerate frequency as them. And the saddest thing was, even if I did felt happy, even if I did want to communicate with other people, I just could not do it. They just wouldn't understand me. Even if I tried to do some mimics and some gesticulation, my body would be so closed in on itself. And when I would actually try to speak, my body would hold me back subconsciously, so I wouldn't even know what was the issue. And to myself, I thought to myself that I had expressed myself enough. What was wrong? What was wrong was that I didn't put enough effort into my communication. So, yeah. And it wasn't conscious effort that was lacking, it was a subconscious effort. Because my body already deep down knew from all the trauma that I've been collecting for years now that it wasn't gonna end right. However, then, in summer of 2022, I finally left that primary school and I was free to fucking grow. I went into a new city, to a new school, and bro, it was completely life changing for me. I met new people, I made so many new relationships, and so many new opportunities started to open up inside of my head. I started getting finally true primal desires and true like manly desires that I wanted to conquer like there was no tomorrow, like making my family stable financially, locationally, and timely so that I could go whenever I wanted to. I wanted to finally leave school. So like I wanted to get my graduation early. I finally wanted to improve my physical and my mental health to the fullest. I finally wanted to work on those subjects. And of course, I wanted to improve my relationships also. And after that, I spent the whole year basically planning out what I actually wanted. Like, yeah, sure. I was an anime addict by this point. I was still playing Minecraft and I had basically like no ambitions besides those couple of goals that I was thinking about from time to time. But it was until summer of 2023 when I finally grabbed the life by its fucking balls and I started twisting them like there was actually no tomorrow at all. Like it was my final day on earth. Like tomorrow I would literally die. Like I was on my deathbed and I could basically do anything that I wanted to because it wouldn't matter. And so I started to develop a new strategy that would improve my mental health, my physical health, my wealth situation, and my social intelligence. And that put me on the path that I am on right now. And over time, as I broke free from my traumas, as I broke free from all these subconscious negative feedback loops, as I improved my physical health and became more confident, as I finally became financially literate and actually knew what to invest in and in what not. Like I don't have any big money right now, but basically like some things that will improve me for the long term, some educational courses and communities and stuff like that. I finally know how to talk to anyone without getting nervous that that awkward silence would finally break us off and yeah, they're gonna see me in a negative light. I finally broke free. And it wasn't a couple of weeks ago that I was talking to my dad, and there was my mom also. And I don't know how the conversation escalated, but basically, it all came to me to decide on something. And I could have shaken my head into yes or a no. And I could see it perfectly how I finally healed and how my mental health finally mended from all of those years of trauma, of pain, of negative feedback loops finally went away from me. You see, for most of this time, during this decade, whilst I was still this closed in kid, I would basically shake my head into a no. Like basically I was shaking like I was cold basically. You know, not that much, but still inside of me, like if you went into my consciousness, you would see that I was shaking in a no, but it looked like I was shaking. Like if I was actually stressed or I was just cold, it looked like that. But now I decided to put in more effort and I shook even to like bigger ranges. Like if I was actually trying to look around and my dad finally understood me and it snapped for me and I finally fucking understood it. For all of this time, I was shaking my head and I was doing all these mimics and gesticulations to the lowest extent possible. Like it looked like if I was just shaking, I wasn't using my hands properly. I was just putting them up from time to time. I wasn't using my fingers to the fullest extent when it came to explaining. I wasn't well, my voice was still great, but yeah, it wasn't that good as it is right now. And so the thing that you need to improve your nonverbal communication and to finally make people understand your gesticulations and your mimics so that you can explain better and you can cultivate a bigger audience that will respect you, and you can finally become that leader so that other people can respect you. Like you can get respect from men and the love from women. The way that you get that is to finally realize that you need to put more effort into your nonverbal communications. Of course, improving your mental health, your physical health, your wealth, and the relationships. Those are all steps that you need to take before this. You need to improve in this, you need to get more confident, more disciplined, you need to become more focused, more mindful so that you don't get negative thoughts in your head most of the time. You need to improve that in the first place. But after you're done with that, you need to realize that you need to put in more effort into it because that was my issue for most of my life. Like how I already mentioned, when I tried to do that non-verbal communication, my body would subconsciously hold me back so that when I would just shake my head into that no or yes, it would look like I was shaking because I was cold or because I was scared or because I was just stressed. You need to realize that you need to put in more effort in life and you will then deserve bigger rewards. That's simply how it goes. So break free from your traumas and stop letting them hold you back subconsciously, and everything will be fine. If you want to join a community full of like-minded men who share the same values as you, the same likes and dislikes, the same goals as you, who are becoming the best version of themselves every single day to surpass you in the race of men, but at the same time, they will be like your true, blood-bonded brothers, with whom you can talk about any kind of topic that you wish and they will give you life advice on it, then you can join our Discord clan in the description. I know that if you're watching videos like these and willing to take action, that you have way more potential than you think you have. So please, join us on the path towards greatness and stop being held back by the 99% of people who do you no good, by your surroundings. But besides that, you can like the video, you can subscribe if you like, join the email list in the description and get yourself a free ebook about mindfulness. Comment on which part of the video you liked the most and which part of the video you will implement into your daily life. Don't forget to join the clan, you're still invited, and become a part of the family. If you want to learn about healthy mindsets that will guarantee you success in the long term and in the short term by absolutely mending the fuck out of your mental health, and at the same time, they will make you plan like there's no tomorrow. They will make you realize how to research properly because no one will tell you something like this that I've told you in this video. You have to figure that out on your own. But with the methods that I teach you inside of my course, everything will be made clear for you. It is truly something life changing. So please check out Timeless Reader's Mindsets in the description. And yeah, you would be a fool to miss out. And with that being said, thank you very much for watching this video, and remember, no one is better at being you